and bold, reliable with every fact. Lively, animated, we're captivated. She helps us guide as times and tales.
History comes alive and never fails.
Mrs. Hiraki is energetic.
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 Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic and
Passionate.
The ultimate cheerleader.
Well, I describe my wife as the unsung hero.
I've never seen Mrs. Hiraki not ready to go, whether it's in front of a classroom or just like on the day-to-day. I think one of my favorite memories is that she always had a cup of coffee in her hand. As a fifth grader, I noted that that cup of coffee in her hand must be fueling this ability to teach.
I feel like she's always running on at least 2 cups of coffee. Mrs. Hiraki's class and the tests that she gave were always really difficult, but the fact that she believed in all of us, I learned that I could do these seemingly impossible things.
She was one of the most difficult teachers I've ever had, and I think that also made me love her because I actually really felt myself grow.
She's somebody who knows her students. She connects with them, and then she kind of in her head makes a very high goal for each of her students because she knows they can achieve, and she works day after day helping them achieve that goal.
She'll stay at school for hours. We'll always ask her, Mom, when are you coming home? She's like, I'm still with the student. And she personalizes the attention that they need.
This one student in our class, he never would finish a test, but then the first time that he ever really finished the test or writing the essay, we all gave him a big round of applause, and she orchestrated all of that.
She's constantly using her creativity to problem solve and to create lessons, to do the 5th grade play. She's always looking at the world in new and innovative ways. Mrs. Hiraki was the one who wrote most of the play, who found the props and the costumes, who staged it. She really did everything year after year after year.
The best part is meeting some of her former students, and they'll come up to me and say, yeah, I remember Mrs. Hiraki from the 5th grade play. I was the tree, or I was the cat.
In the 5th grade play, I had to act as what they called it Justin Bieber, and I remember I had to make this super high-pitched voice, and the first time I did it, I was kind of joking, but Mrs. Hiraki actually told me Luke, why don't you do that for the entire 5th grade play? And I was like, okay, sure, and it definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone, but it was a positive experience for me to help me with my confidence.
She would come back after the play all giddy and telling us oh, I'm so happy, this person was able to, put all their anxieties behind them, and they just did an incredible job. She really sees all these individuals for who they are, but also sees the ways that they can contribute to this one team.
I had Mrs. Hiraki as my 5th grade teacher in her first year of teaching. So it's been several years since I've had her. Mrs. Hiraki obviously made an impact to me when I was her student, so as a teacher. But what's been quite special is that about 10 years after I was her student, I was involved in another extracurricular program called the lab program. And even in this case, when I was no longer her student, no longer a student at Iolani, she was still a big supporter to me and remains someone who looked after me and cared for me, even in this new role.
Even after I've left lower school, whenever I see her around, she still talks to me about the things I do. She always checks in, and she's always telling me that she's cheering for me.
I think Mrs. Hiraki stuck with me. I'm 24, and I don't remember, I must have been 11 years old in 5th grade, and she's impacted me in a way that I still think about her regularly to this day. I still even see her.
She's so proud of everyone, all her students. She's so proud of them.
I feel so fortunate to have spent most of my lower school years as her teaching partner. She's a wonderful teaching partner, an excellent teacher, and an amazing friend, and I feel very lucky.
I wouldn't be the person that I am and the student that I am today if it weren't for her.
Congratulations, Mrs. Hiraki. I'm so proud of you. Love you.
Congratulations, Mom. I'm so grateful the Iolani community can see you how we see you. I love you so much.
Congratulations, Mom. We're so proud of you and all the things that you've accomplished. We love you so much.
Congratulations, Miss Hiraki, on being this year's yearbook dedicatee.
Hey, Robin, you're very deserving of this. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Congratulations. We're all proud of you. We love you.